Hello everyone and welcome to today's session. Today I've decided to do a session outside because the weather in England is actually wonderful. I hope that you're all having a lovely summer, and I hope that you will take this opportunity to for the whole month of August to really relax, to get a lot of energy, to soak up the sunshine. So today I don't have any specific topic. By the way, my name is Anna Denning. I'm a neurographic instructor, neurographic aesthetic coach. I'm also director of English language courses at Psychology of Creativity Institute. And as I said, today we don't have any topics to talk about. So if you have any questions, please type them in the chat. But I received a few questions and they can be kind of put into two categories. So the first category of questions: what is the difference between neurographica and neuroarts or neurographic arts? And the second question is about our neurographica instructor course and if you can still join it. So I will start with the differences between neurographica and neuroarts or neurographic arts. So, and as I said, this is a very common question, and a lot of my students and a lot of other people, we get a lot of kind of questions on Facebook, on Instagram. What is the difference? And actually, if you go to our Instagram, YouTube channel, then you will find I did a whole video about it. So the main difference is that neurographica is kind of very precise method to kind of retuning your brain in a way. So our brain has plasticity, and neurographica kind of helps us to work on different topic and rewire certain pathways in our mind. Because, for example, a lot of us throughout our life, we form a lot of limiting beliefs, and and neurographica really helps to work with limiting beliefs and rewire kind of our thinking from the position or the mindset I can't do something to the position I can do this. And neurographica, what I absolutely love about the method, that it is drawn according to the basic algorithm. In a way, we call it our constitution that you learn during the basic user of neurographica course. And because of this algorithm, because of that sequence of steps, we get repeatable results time after time. And so in order to learn it properly, I highly recommend not just to rely on YouTube videos, but actually taking the basic user of neurographica course with a qualified, certified neurographica instructor. And in neurographica, you'll be able to kind of to tell it that, in neurographica we always kind of follow all the steps of the basic algorithm. So you will see some of the hallmarks, for example, thicker lines, and you have a focus of attention, kind of you have the emphasis that is clearly defined. And in neurographica, we never use kind of recognizable images. For example, I don't know, a specific face or shape of an animal or a human being. And we don't really use any symbols. Spirals, another common misconception that, for example, people put spirals. So once you have certain recognizable images or symbols, then it goes straight into the neuroart or neurographic arts category. So in neurographica, we only use geometric shape or abstract shape. So, and as I said, we don't have any kind of recognizable symbols. So if you see an image with a bird or a butterfly or, I don't know, leaves or some certain flowers, then it is probably you are looking at NeuroArt. Also, we don't really in Neurographica use this, we call it kind of decorative elements. For example, certain repeatable doodling or Zentangle. Also, there is like literally a whole direction where Zentangle is mixed with elements of rounding, and it's now called Neurotangle. So, which is really, really pretty, but it's not Neurographica. So if you see certain repeatable elements in the drawing, again, it is probably NeuroArt. I mean, not probably, it's definitely NeuroArt. So also, you might see images where some, I call it kind of wet mediums are used, like oil, acrylics, watercolors, gouache, etc. Again, it's not going to be Neurographica, it's NeuroArt. So because in Neurographica, the key word is graphics. It is kind of dry medium, so we use markers, text highlighters, etc., etc. So we kind of use this dry medium. So anything else, pastel, oil, but that all goes into the kind of painting category and NeuroArt. So I think also golden markers in Neurographica we never use golden markers for various reasons. As I said, if you go into the YouTube channel, you will see I've done a whole video about it, because we just don't use golden markers. So if you see some pieces of art that you have golden markers, that's not going to be Neurographica. It's going to be NeuroArt or kind of Neurographic art. So in a way, just to summarize, in Neurographica is a method to bring changes into your life. We go based on the basic algorithm. If you want to learn it properly, please learn it with a qualified instructor. But if you see that the beauty of a drawing takes priority, kind of like when the drawing is done with symbols or with golden markers or with acrylics, for example, or watercolors, that is kind of going to be Neurographic art. And any art is healing and it is creative. But if you, as I say, if you want to get repetitive results, then you will need to probably learn it properly with a qualified Neurographic instructor. And again, I would like to take this opportunity to invite you to our basic use of Neurographica course. So the next one starts in September. Also in September we'll have neurocomposition course as well, and also we are going to introduce neurocolors soon as well. So I have a question here, and what about the difference between exactly NeuroArt and Neurographic art? Are there some principles? Well, Neurographic art is basically kind of shortened to NeuroArt, and to be perfectly honest, I don't know of exact kind of difference between Neurographic art. If you were to ask me, NeuroArt is more about having lots of symbols and just a bit of kind of some neural lines, but Neurographic art, how I would define it, please don't quote me, it is kind of, it has more neurographic principles, it's more abstract, but for example there's some golden markers, etc. used. But the pure form of Neurographica, kind of in pure school of Neurographica, we do not use what I've described above. Sort of no symbols, no runes, no doodling, no Zentangle, I was looking for this word, no repetitive objects. So it is kind of pure Neurographica is following the basic algorithm of Neurographica. And as I say, if you really want to work with certain issues and kind of bring tangible results into your life, I really recommend sticking to just pure Neurographica and Neurographica rules, because Neurographica rules were kind of designed for a reason, and Pavel still kind of, Pavel Piskarev, the founder of Neurographica, he is still kind of working on the method. He's always fine-tuning it and mastering it. So, and they were, all these rules were created for reasons, because they've been tried and tested. So please, if you want to learn it properly, learn it with Neurographica, a proper Neurographic instructor who is also supervisor at Psychology of Creativity Institute, who works as a supervisor, because the thing about supervisors, these are the people who are, who are following the method, who are always kind of immersed in the method, who are mentoring people. So yes, that's probably would be my advice. Okay, so the other couple of questions that I had were in regards to becoming Neurographica instructor. So our Neurographica instructor course started on 9th of May this year, 2024, and it will finish in April next year. So you kind of, everybody needs to submit work by 1st of April. If you haven't joined the instructor's course already, because I can see some people who are already our students, then you can join the course by the end of summer. So you still have another, actually today's 31st of July, another month to make up your mind. And then if you join by September, you will have some time to catch up and submit all the work. But please remember that you will need to work. I will be perfectly honest. You will need to work hard to catch up with the rest of the course, which means submitting a couple of two written essays, another portfolio. So there will be some work to do. But if you are committed, if you really know that, okay, I'm going to make this course my priority, so I highly encourage you, if you want to qualify in 2025, join now before September. Next course starts next year, in 9th of May next year, about that time. And I have an exciting announcement, because next year we're working on also introducing Neurographica aesthetic coaching course as well. And it will be kind of almost like a separate course from the Neurographica instructor to become Neurographica aesthetic coach. So you will learn coaching principles. You will be able to use the method to work with other people in terms of coaching. To be perfectly honest, when I started my Neurographica instructor journey, I actually was mainly interested in the coaching, and I really cherish my Neurographic aesthetic coach diploma quite a lot, because it's taught me just so much. So in Neurographic instructor course, we teach people literally how to pass on the method via doing courses or coming up with your own courses. But if you want to go into coaching, and if you want to help people, if you want to help people kind of make amazing changes into their life through the power of Neurographica, through the power of art and drawing, I really recommend Neurographica aesthetic coaching course. So please follow our social media, please follow our Instagram accounts, our Facebook accounts, our YouTube accounts, because there will be news soon in the next few months about this amazing course, Neurographic aesthetic coaching. But this course will be available to Neurographica instructors. You probably will be able either to join as kind of one bundle, Neurographic instructor and aesthetic coach course, or if you're already a Neurographica instructor, you can just join the coaching course. I've only just found out about neurographic therapy. There is someone on Insta promoting for abundance. I would like to know if it can be used for depression or feeling stuck in life. can you please send me the link to that Neurographica account, neurographic therapy? I would really like to know that. We're always saying that Neurographica is a coaching practice, but obviously if you're already qualified as a psychologist, clinical psychologist, if you're qualified to work in therapy with people, because this is completely different qualification. So if you already have qualification to to work with people like you are, then you can learn kind of Neurographica as an additional tool in your therapy. So it can, in my humble opinion, it is great for working in the therapy field. So please send me a message, and I would like to know where you saw it, and if you want to know more, I will. I'm not qualified. I would like to learn for therapeutic reasons. Well, in this case, I suggest just taking the basic user of Neurographica course, either from the institute or from another kind of Neurographica instructor who is qualified, and then just try it for yourself. Because I personally, again, this is my opinion, I think that the basic user course is absolutely great for working with feeling of stress, etc. But please, I just want to reiterate that it is, if you are suffering from proper things like from depression or long-term kind of issues, that I really recommend obviously talking to your healthcare provider. In England we call them GPs or psychotherapists, somebody medical who is qualified to deal with more kind of serious conditions. So please, as I say, it's my disclaimer, please talk to your healthcare provider. But if you want to see if it will work for you and if you like it, then I recommend taking the basic user of Neurographica course. So I hope I answered your question. But if you are somebody who is, and I personally had students for the specialist course who are already clinical psychologists, or the therapists who are qualified to work in therapy. They were just kind of studying Neurographica as an additional tool, may I just say, as an additional tool. So I hope I answered all the questions. I can't see any other questions. I'm in the UK and talk therapy, but it would just be great to find where I don't have to talk about them. Yes, I understand. I had students in who've been, for example, taking sort of the basic user course, and they did say that I've worked so much with kind of therapy, but literally I've done a few drawings, and some of the issues, it really helped with some of the issues. So yeah, I mean, I can only say that enroll, try. When you create drawings, you can literally take your something that you are invested in as a case, and sometimes one drawing is not enough, so create many drawings on the same topic, we say, on the same theme, and see how it will, if you react to it, how you resonate with it, if it helps you, etc. So I always say that try it and see. So I think this is it. Thank you so much for your questions. I really appreciate some of the very, very, very interesting questions. Again, I would like to suggest, trying out Neurographica. If you are quite new and you're watching me and you don't want to invest in the basic user course, for example, we've been doing Celebrate Summer with Neurographica Marathon, and on our socials you have a link where you can buy like one session or a couple of sessions at a really low price. I think it's like €9, which is a wonderful opportunity to to try Neurographica on yourself, and if you're interested, then you can go further. Do you need to have a background in therapy in order to be a Neurographica professional? So the first level of Neurographica, it's called Basic User. Anybody can take the Basic User course and just see how they like the method, really feel the method on themselves. If you want to go further, we have Neurographica Specialist level, and in the Neurographica Specialist, you basically kind of get a tool to work with people. And normally Neurographica Specialist course is either for somebody who wants to grow in Neurographica, or I personally had a lot of people who already work with people. So for example, they're already certified coaches, like life coaches or like business coaches. I also have counselors and, as I said, therapists, so people who already work, and they just want to get Neurographic as an additional tool. There are different limitations on the rights of the specialist, but it basically, if you're already kind of qualified to work with people, you can have an additional tool. If you want to teach Neurographica, then I highly recommend taking Neurographica instructor course. It's obviously a bit more of an investment, and as I was talking earlier, you can still join the course, but you need to be prepared to catch up with the flow of the course, or you can join it next year. But as I say, if you're committed and you've decided that you really want to qualify next year, the window of opportunity is still open. You still have another month. Also, I was talking again about Neurographic Aesthetic Coaching course that is coming next year, and it's kind of going to be united with Neurographic Instructor course. Then you will have the opportunity to learn more about the coaching and how to coach people using Neurographica. Can specialists work with kids? If you're already qualified to work with kids, then yes, you can. It gives you an additional tool to work with kids. Do you have a directory of qualified teachers in the UK? So if you go to website neurographica.us, there you will have the list of our English Neurographic Instructor course, English language, graduates, and you will be able to find somebody in the UK. So I answered this: can specialists work with kids? Yes, thank you very much for your questions. This Instagram will be saved in our Instagram. So if you want to rewatch it, then you can. So thank you so much once again, and I will see you soon. Please have a wonderful summer, and as I said, if you want to celebrate Summer with Neurographica Marathon, please check out our social media for links. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.